Removed Book Series, Part 3, Tobit. Have you ever heard of a book in the Bible that includes angels, demons, a secret wedding, and a fish that heals blindness? That's the Book of Tobit. Tobit is part of the Apocrypha, a collection of writings found in Catholic and Orthodox Bibles but not in most Protestant ones. It was considered scripture by some early Christians, and it's still included in the Latin Vulgate and Septuagint. But what's in it? The story follows Tobit, a righteous Israelite living in exile. He goes blind after sparrow droppings fall into his eyes. Yes, really. Meanwhile, his relative Sarah is being tormented by a demon named Asmodeus, who kills every man she marries before the marriage can be consummated. She's lost 7 husbands this way. Enter Tobias, Tobit's son, who is sent on a journey. Along the way, he's guided by a mysterious man named Azarias, who later reveals himself as the archangel Raphael. Tobias catches a fish, uses its organs to cast out the demon tormenting Sarah, and heals his father's blindness with the gall. So why was this book removed? The biggest reason is doctrinal. Tobit includes angelic magic, unbiblical views on salvation, and works-based righteousness. The healing from the fish, the binding of a demon using smoke, and the invocation of angels don't align with sound New Testament teaching. It also contradicts the law of Moses in some places, for example by encouraging offerings at unauthorized altars. Another problem? Historical accuracy. The book places Tobit in Nineveh during the time of Shalmaneser, but the timeline doesn't match actual Assyrian records. Most scholars agree it was written centuries later, possibly as a moral tale, not a historical account. And yet some early church leaders loved this book, not necessarily as scripture, but for its strong themes: honoring parents, marriage, generosity to the poor, and angelic protection. But in the end, it was left out of the Hebrew canon and rejected by most Protestant reformers. Why? Because it adds to Scripture things that can't be verified and teaches practices never endorsed by Jesus or the apostles. Tobit is a fascinating read, but it's not God-breathed.